top news headlines. PM Modi to chair all-party meeting to discuss coronavirus situation. JN Manipur Dance Academy decides to stay away from MUC activities. Moirang Kendra Progressive Front irks by selling of 114 market stalls. And Sri Lanka coronavirus prison riot leaves 8 dead, over 50 wounded. Hello and welcome to Times of Manipur News. I'm JESSIA and I'm giving you the news in details. A crucial all-party meeting of the floor leaders of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha has been convened virtually on December 4 to discuss the COVID-19 situation in the country. The meeting, to be chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, will have top ministers of the government including Home Minister Amit Shah, Health Minister Harshvardhan, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi, Arjun Ram Meghwal and V. Murali Dharan, along with Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba. Present among a host of the other officers, a media report said. The virtual meeting will begin at 10:30 in the morning and floor leaders will be invited to make statements which will likely see a reply at the end by PM Modi. As per reports, an invitation has already been extended to all the floor leaders to be present for the meeting. Director in charge of JN Manipur Dance Academy Imphal, P. Bilas, has declared that the academy has decided not to take part in preparing syllabus for Manipur University of Culture MUC in setting question papers and in the Academic Council meeting of the varsity. He announced this to media person at the JN Manipur Academy office complex in Imphal, where several faculty members of the academy and the Academic Council members of Manipur University of Culture, namely Guru and Hemolata, Padma Shri Ima Thaurani and Guru Ahal K. Kumar, were also present. Bilas maintained that the attitude shown by MUC students during a recent meeting was unbecoming. Bilas said any students of the academy holding diploma and degree course certificates should be allowed to pursue master course at the Manipur University of Culture. He also added that many of the teachers in Manipur University of Culture have diploma certificates of the JN Manipur Dance Academy.
Manipur University da Kanchipur da sanarabanina aikhoidi hairiba sanaba pochakse sida aikoi diploma JN Manipur Dance Academy ki diploma pass torokpa amadi masagi degree graduate pairagadi MA taman biu haiba period sida aikoi lepaga adum laijagani makhoina phana pressure torogasu aikhoidi madu handok saroi aduga makhoisu makhoigi tanmam thokpa ado hojikti aikoi academic committee hojik hairiba Manipur University of Culture da aikhoigi oja singna syllabus semamba question semamba expert one chalamba che kholamba amadi akhoi academic committee da leiramba singdo hojik oja singna su haibikre hairiba punamak tu dagi ngasi dagi di aikhoi Manipur University of Culture sida aikhoigi maigai dagi makhoina pirakwa invitation sing du akhoi lawjararoi aikhoigi maikai dagi su cooperation amata pijararoi haiba wafam si thamjaraga akhoi JN Dance Academy gi maikai dagi khorumjari.
Moirang Kendra Progressive Front MKPF has condemned the act of Moirang Municipal Council selling as many as 114 women vendor stalls ahead of municipal and panchayat elections in Manipur. MKPF Secretary M. Uttam Kumar, during a press meet at the front office at Moirang Philem Laikai today, also queried about the utilization of the fund amounting to Rs 4 crores collected from the sale of 114 market stalls. He appealed to the council to come up with a white paper in the public domain within 1 week's time. Uttam Kumar further appealed to the council to properly channelize the e-rickshaw permit in Bishnupur constituency.
E-rickshaw si magi permission sum pige tagdi ma lambel sing asuki mati agoi topic jam mosilakani asing mathakta ekoi council da tong tong organization singna ekoi permit tanabe ekoi mamang se permit tanabe mayam sulai da mathakta 3 puller ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯔꯤꯖꯥꯔꯕꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯏꯔꯥꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯇꯤꯛ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯥꯐꯤꯛ ꯖꯥꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯃꯣꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯀꯦꯟꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯤꯞ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯟꯠꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯥꯔꯃꯤꯠꯁꯤ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯄꯤꯕꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯣꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯀꯦꯟꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯤꯞ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯟꯠꯅ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯡꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯁꯨ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯑꯄꯤꯜ ꯁꯤꯃꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯤ.
At least 8 prisoners were killed and more than 50 injured in clashes with guards at the Sri Lankan prison, officials say today, as authorities try to quell a protest over rising coronavirus infections in the country's crowded jails. A media report said that Sri Lanka has witnessed an upsurge in coronavirus cases in the past month, and over-congested prisons across the country have reported thousands of fresh infections. Inmates have staged protests in recent weeks demanding an increase in coronavirus testing and new isolation facilities for infected prisoners. The latest clash at Mahara prison, situated on the outskirts of the capital Colombo, started on Sunday when some inmates protested against prisoners infected by the COVID-19 virus being transferred from other facilities to Mahara. Hundreds of additional police were deployed to help the guards and strengthen security at the prison, added the report. Now it's time for a short break. Keep watching Times of Manipur News.
Kangla Food Products ki ahang ba fam khara lawjagadori. Fam sing adudi Quality Food Analyst ama, Mahigi Thak BSc in Food Science and Technology, Natraga BTech in Food Technology and Process in Food Engineering, Fresher singsu apply to birakpa yagani. Loinana helper amasu lawjagani. Nupi ne hena pamjai. Famsing asida apply to winning basingna isagi update oiraba resume, isagi passport size photograph amadi apply to riba post ki maminga konana radia.langam@gmail.com natraga makhada pijariba address asida November kuntra gi mamangda thazin biro. L Radia Devi, HR Manager, Kangla Food Products, Nambol Poising, Makhalekai. Contact number 70052939662.
Lamjingbo Finance na COVID-19 na thogal liba khudong chadwa mayam si usiraga collateral security yautana document chang dana yamna komo mongda loan fanganjagani shahida subnatagi chada tarani thoigi interest rate tap business loan against property, vehicle loan, commercial equipment loan, commercial vehicle loan ki khudong chaba pisari han loan lawbi ki ba singi suwana gu makhal gi loan asi lawbi ki khudong chaba pisagani akupa morol ki ma contact to biro Lamjingbo Finance Nagamapal. Contact number 7085-831-502 Natraga 9862-629-399.
Now enjoy 20% extra on Kangla Popcorn, Kangla Milky Balls and Kangla Rings.
Kangla.
Yumdagi hek chathokiba matamda chingnadaba ngamde selu charuba firol da su virus asi adum pusilakpa yabagi akiba lei
Firol da virus changhandanaba Bharat amasung Americana scientifically yanaraba India gi ahanba virus coverage spray. Nano coating asina pung nifunipan fawa virus ngakthokpa ngame. Firol da kapiduna virus tagi ngakthokpiu. Virus coverage sizinabiu chingnabiganu.
Welcome back after the break. As a Christmas gift, 45 Chengai Assembly constituency, Kasim Vasum inaugurated the first ever Varangalai Primary School yesterday. Varangalai village is situated about 72 kilometers from Ukrul town and falls under Phungcham, inhabited by around 36 households. The village was established in 1972. The Varangalai Primary School was established under Special Plan SP Fund 2018-19 and the work was initiated by Pauray ADC Executive Member Pauting Vasum. MLA Kasim Vasum inaugurated the school in the presence of Ukrul ADC members, UADC CEO Poli Makan, school inspector, DIs, AIs, and the neighboring village authorities. As a token of love for the village, the MLA gifted 10 Syntex water tanks and some cash to the school in charge. He also donated some money to the villagers. A book titled Reminiscence of the Visit of Sri Lanka and Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Others, written by Nongthomba Mangi Devi, was released by former Registrar of Manipur University of Culture L. Joy Chandra during a function at the office of Imphal Times Kaishamthong Elambam Laikai today. Founder of Divya Jyoti Ashram, Changangay Uchekon, Dr. C.H. Jamini was also present during the book release program. Nongthomba Mangi Devi on the occasion said that the book depicts the way of life and culture of Sri Lanka, Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
ai like se hana score ponge ela like se de ai de e bagi se de khara di capacity lai jawa ala ai se more important work in social work ta social service ta dai government service su to wa ana smaina o mi ai gi chatti singo chinna sai moi mang su hai ne jiban mala su karam kan da I no jai like su boy na ala so dom chang kan da sum khochen ba ala ala ta mama da so European country lo chalu re ai su like ama meram buneng jeng lu ba da hai na phong re.
Coronavirus cases in India are steadily on the rise, with 41,810 new infections in the last 24 hours, taking the tally to 93,92,919. A media report said there were 496 deaths recorded in the last 24 hours, and the number of active cases went down by 984. There are 4,53,956 active cases in the country. Over 42,000 people recovered from the deadly disease in the last 24 hours, taking the total recoveries to over 88 lakh. The total deaths in the country stands at 1,36,696. India's COVID-19 tally had crossed the 70 lakh on October 11, 80 lakh on October 29, and surpassed 90 lakh on November 20. Over 13.95 crore samples have been tested up to November 28, 2020, with 12,83,449 samples being tested yesterday. With 160 fresh COVID-19 cases recorded in Manipur in the last 24 hours, the total tally has mounted to 24,910. In largest single-day coronavirus deaths, 10 patients, including a 90-year-old man from Kangpokpi, succumbed to the deadly respiratory disease in the past 24 hours in Manipur. This has pushed the fatalities to 273 in the state. Meanwhile, 198 persons were discharged in the last 24 hours from various hospitals and COVID care centers in the state, as per the government COVID-19 Command Control Room. Now the active cases stands at 3,236, while recoveries at 21,401. The recovery rate is 85.91% as at 11 a.m. today. Whereabouts of 53-year-old Tolika Sagolsim is still unknown to her family. Tolika has gone missing from Maharani Bagh Sunlight Colony Ashram area in Delhi since November 24 last. Our Delhi correspondent reports that it has been about a month since she came down to Delhi and that she knows only Manipuri language. She is the wife of Sagolsim Munan of Uyumpok Nongshum under Pangai in Imphal East. A frantic search has been launched in the national capital to locate her. The investigating officer IO of Sunlight Colony Police Station, Manoj Kumar, told TOMTV over phone that cops are putting maximum efforts to find Tolika. He said the missing report of Tolika has been sent to all the concerned departments across India, including Delhi. Delhi Police NE cell is also taking part in the efforts to trace the missing woman. Manipuri Students Association Delhi Masat has also informed Manipur Bhavan, Manipur Women Commission and related authorities over the missing of Tolika.
आप थोड़ा वो मिसिंग एक जो लड़की थी वो उसकी मिसिंग रिपोर्ट के बारे में थोड़ा जानकारी लेनी थी सर आपसे।
उसमें जो हमारी तरफ से जो अभी तक काम होना था वो हमारी तरफ से पूरा इन्फॉर्मेशन हमको अलग अलग एजेंसियों को देनी पड़ती है और जो भी हमारे एफर्ट्स होते हैं अभी तक एफर्ट्स हमारे अपनी तरफ से फुलफिल है, लेकिन अभी तक कोई हमारे पास पॉजिटिव रिपोर्ट नहीं आई है।
कैसे जा सकते हैं मणिपुर तक, उसका जानकारी भी नहीं होगी।
हाँ, क्योंकि ओल्ड एज है ना, ओल्ड एज है, वो तो 60 ईयर ओल्ड है, तो मुझे भी ये चांस है कि वो शायद वहाँ तक नहीं जा पाएंगे और लोकल भाषा नहीं आती यहाँ की तो भी ये इशू रहेगा। लेकिन अब वो समस्या ये है ना कि यहाँ का तो वो बता नहीं पाएंगी। इन्होंने ऐसा कोई विजिटिंग कार्ड या कोई ऐसा नहीं बना के उन्हें दे रखा था जिससे वो यहाँ का एड्रेस बता सके
या एड्रेस भी पता नहीं, अपना होम एड्रेस भी उसको बता।
इन्होंने कोई वेरिफिकेशन नहीं कर रखा था। बड़ी कई काम ऐसे भी है ना, अगर इनके पास एज ए मेड आई है वो मेरे ख्याल से।
BJP Kumbi Mandal organized a two-day training program for booth level committee on November 28 and 29 at the Wangu Terakong Community Hall in Bishnupur district. Our correspondent reports that BJP District Committee Vice President KH Lakshman and Sanjoy Ahantem, Secretary S. Premchandra, BJP Kumbi Mandal President S. Angosana, General Secretary W. Tiken, Secretary Organization MD Azad Khan and others were present on the closing day. Lamyanba Ipu, intending to contest the forthcoming State Assembly polls from Kedrigao constituency, today laid the foundation stone of a community hall at Gongba, Laikham Leirak, and a storeroom of Singel Marup at Top Awang Laikai in Imphal. Ipu has also been from time to time generously extending aid to the poor and needy people of Kedrigao constituency, beside taking up various developmental activities there.
Masaki manungsa lady bat to wala kagi hoi posai thamnami store mamang asi ure tamjare ani subuda khoi lekham le ki matam kuina sana manganda phangraba khoi gi community hall ma su sana ba ure tamjarak bani asida natal makhata na Kedrigao semi consultant leriba ato to polling bossing awa sing su makhata na khoi development program sa thajaki ne haina mayam thamjaki kala nai ona kana tawbibra amasi khoi de id social activist ni aduna khoi gi lining ki mai leina posting se ya baina sum development tawjabane adon ngasi tawjariba si sisu khoina lining yoina khoi gi manungsana pakalakpa development program ma khoi bane an thamjai.
Once again, it's time for a short break. Keep watching Times of Manipur News.
Kangleipak News Tengbang Loop KNTL Manipurna Haukiba English Singani Taramapanda Kana Lejadraba Awana Taraba Imungi Ningol Sing Amadi KNTL gi member Ningol Singbu Chakaubugi Thoram Pangthokibagum Kumsi Chahi English Singani Kungisu Ningol Chakaubugi Thoram Lakliba December Mangada Khangabok Patri Makhale Kaida Pangthok Jargani Thoramasida Piba Oiba Sing Amadi Miyamna Sarukyabiu Loinana Mating Pangbiu Haina KNTL gi Maikaidagi Fongdok Jari.
Sina fare tan badinate ko asengba aina pamba darkar oiba grocery item singda red delivery app season araga order to biro loire chaning ba restaurant gi food po ersu overpay to budila ardana pot khuding ma discount pi buga loina na khudak te ina te yore isine red delivery for you.
Admission form Thajare, Manipur University Kanchipur Manakalai Temple of Learning Degree College ki admission form Thajare. Professional course da BBA amasung BCA ne. General course da BA amasung BSc course ne. Loina Temple of Learning toll ki CBSE amasung atopa board ki pass rupa mahiru sing yengnaga class 11 Science Arts amari Commerce ki mingjan form Thajare. Athubada mingchan dheu akupa marol college amasung school ki office ta ki khangbi beagane.
Thoibi
Thaza chengno rslaw. Ai khaw lo thogi.
Marks di
Kaigi marks no.
Kaigi marks no bu kaino hujik oiriba COVID-19 gi laichit asida marks yauduna thokpa habese khudong thiningai natra
Thaza ai sukhange ai anaba minati marks laibada changadaba sel duna ko mathap ahau badum cha thokke
nangi sidi lairik heiraga laisu khangdaba habeduni marks upana chinna tondagi tholakpa lok tinna chingba sing phajin gadori bane nushite yaramba amora kai singdo marks upadi hakchangna changakpadagi ngakthok toine
adudi Thaza ai marks amta upugige
COVID-19 laichatagi thingnanaba chathokka matamda mask upiyu season nabiru raba disposable mask sing mafam chaba yenglaga mai thadokpiyu natragana phumjinbiyu fina sem sajaba mask sing oiragana nimit khudingi suk samthokpiraba matungda da season nabiyu
Isagi mamal yamlaba punsibu kansi amadi atopagi punsibu khudongthiba sidagi ngakthoksi.
Welcome back after the break. Assam Finance Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma today announced that the ambitious Arunodai scheme of the state government would be launched by Chief Minister Sarbanan Sonowal tomorrow. The Arunodai scheme will be launched by Assam Chief Minister Sarbanan Sonowal during a ceremony to be organized at the Parade Ground in Amingon, said Minister Sharma while addressing a press conference at Janata Bhavan. Sharma said, from tomorrow, the economically poor people of the state will get the benefits of the Arunodai scheme as per norms. The Finance Minister informed that the scheme will cover beneficiaries of 29 districts across Assam, excluding the districts under the Bodoland Territorial Area District (BTAD), and the activities will start in these districts from December 1st, 2020. The beneficiaries will directly get money under the Arunodai scheme through their bank accounts. There will be no middleman, Minister Sharma said, informing about the amount of Rs 830, while the beneficiaries will receive through their accounts. Sharma said It has been advised that out of the total amount of rupees 830, the beneficiaries should use rupees 400 for purchasing medicines, rupees 200 for 4 kg of dal, rupees 80 for sugar, and rupees 150 for purchasing fruits. Adversity can often lead to innovation. After his mother tested positive for novel coronavirus, Ranjan Kumar Dhar was inspired to devise a low-cost oxygen concentrator, which he calls Life Plus India, to help those fighting COVID-19 virus. The 38-year-old goldsmith, a resident of Jogendra Nagar village in the outskirts of Agartala, could not complete his matriculation, a report said. He spent most of his time in a small room, which he called his innovation room, trying to make things out of damaged materials by reading books, watching YouTube tutorials, and consulting with technicians and engineers. His mother, Kanika Dhar, was discharged 9 days after being admitted to the state's only COVID-19 center at the Govind Ballabh Plant GPB hospital. Dhar said that he was shocked to see that an oxygen concentrator cost rupees 65,000 while the oxygen cylinder cost rupees 1,500 for rent every day. As he was always fond of trying things with electrical appliances, Dhar decided to try and make an oxygen concentrator. Mizoram has registered 3 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, taking the state's tally to 3,826. According to the bulletin on COVID-19 released by the Directorate of Information and Public Relations (DIPR) this morning, out of the total COVID-19 cases registered in Mizoram so far, 2,823 are male and 1,003 are female. The new cases were detected during the rapid antigen test. As per the bulletin, no positive cases was detected at Joram Medical College yesterday, as the lab remained closed. Mizoram currently has 381 active COVID-19 cases, while Aizawl has 177 COVID-19 active cases. Lunglei has 21 cases and Shiaha has 3 active cases. The deadly disease has claimed the lives of 5 positive patients so far. A total of 3,440 patients who were earlier infected by COVID-19 have been discharged in Mizoram so far. Arunachal Pradesh has recorded 3 more COVID-19 deaths in the last 24 hours, taking the state death toll to 54. The state registered 7 new COVID-19 positive cases, taking the state's total tally to 16,269, according to the latest bulletin on COVID-19 released by the Health Department of Arunachal Pradesh. Of the new cases, 2 are symptomatic, while the rest are asymptomatic cases. Meanwhile, 41 other patients who were infected by COVID-19 have been discharged in Arunachal Pradesh after their recovery. As per the bulletin, 3 more positive patients have died of the COVID-19 infection in the last 24 hours. Arunachal Pradesh currently has 851 active cases, 19 cases, COVID-19 cases. The positivity rate stands at 5.77%. So far, a total of 15,364 patients have recovered in Arunachal Pradesh. The recovery rate stands at 94.43%. After the death of 3 more positive patients, Arunachal Pradesh COVID-19 death toll rate stands at 0.33%. Once again, it's time for a short break. Keep watching Times of Manipur News.
Luhongbagi fizang, private party singi decor, inaugural function gi balloon decor, birthday party gi balloon decor, formal function singi decor, amadi makhal khuding maki decor gi damak kanalai ti haibagi wabi raganu. Apamba machu sizinaduna, apamba moongda thawain hek khoida zaba moongda decor sing tobiningba singna. Akupa moral gi damak contact tobirau DD Bros Decora Kaisamthong Ahanthem Lekai Imphal. Contact number 8258047042 natraga 7005313996. Akan banong lay nungsit kaya laklabasu apik pa natraga achoba yum oirabasu phaglang sina pumnamak mayok na bangami yam nakalli amadi chahi kaya chatli Barak Valley gi masak oiriba akan bagi atopa maming amo oiriba Valley Strong Cement. Valley Strong, very strong.
Khanghanjaba Tom Cable subscriber singda yamna nungaiba pau amatang khanghanjari madudi Tom Cable asi pay channel on bagaloinana tongan ba khudong chaba kaya pibata natana ayet apan yaudana ahenba services kaya piduna miyamgi thogal mapung fana tawba ngamjaragani subscriber singna isa gi connection gi thagi fee online gi khuthangda prepaid mode oina tidok piduna channel asibu apan ba yaudana nungaini yengbina banoluk chari matau karamna online gi khuthangda thagi fee tv gadagi haibadu makhada uchari ahanba step ta tomtv.co.in da changbiraga adom gi set top box number du mention biraba matungda pijariba package lupa chahum yankai chamri natraga chamri yankai sidagi apamba package ama khanbiraba matungda pay online dan nambiu ani suba step ta adom gi payment adu confirm tawbiraba matungda pay now da nambiu ahum suba step ta prefer payment methods khanbiraga payment tawbinaba khanghanjari ba Tom TV Cable contact number 8132089758 natraga 8974279099
Welcome back after the break. In the 5 slums of the QV Parade area, 605 patients out of 806 tested positive for COVID-19 antibodies. This zero survey was conducted between October 5 and 10 at 5 locations. The survey showed that 75% of the population tested positive for COVID antibodies, which is one of the highest zero prevalence rate reported in the country, according to media reports. The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation zero prevalence average is at 45% in slums and 18% in buildings. These slums were not covered yet in the BMC zero survey study. IBT's foundation and BJP corporator Harshita Narvekar organized the zero prevalence survey for the slum residents. The study further stated that 78% of the population aged between 18 to 40, 74% of those aged between 40 to 60, and 76% of those aged over 60 tested positive for COVID-19 antibodies. Northeast United FC are getting ready to continue their fine form in the 2020-21 Hero Indian Super League as they take on FC Goa at the Fatorda Stadium today at 7:30 p.m. FC Goa are yet to secure a win in the ongoing league and will look to get all 3 points against a team high on confidence. Northeast United FC lost to FC Goa 5 times in 12 encounters overall and have won only twice. This rest of the matches ended in a draw. NEUFC have not beaten their opponents even once in their last 5 encounters, and this is something that head coach Girat Nurse boys will look to chance to report. Thongju Kendra Progressive Trust Khongman TKPT jointly felicitated Ningombam Gyanendro, who has been elected as the president of Hockey India. Gyanendro is a resident of Thongju. The felicitation function was held at East Garden in Imphal East. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC Secretary S. Prashojit Sharma and TKYT Vice President Soibam Sanjeev Singh were present during the program. As Prashojit Sharma, who is also the Vice President of Manipur Hockey Association, during the function handed over 30 hockey sticks and hockey balls to Gyanendro. Gyanendro said that today's program, jointly organized by over 35 local clubs of Thongju, will help bring transformation in the field of hockey and other sports in Manipur.
Hockey India ge president na khalak pasigi harano wa phungto pa masung koi masel amaga interaction tawnaga is hauda koi sanabasi karma tong develop tawga yagadagi habagi kanoguma tumba function masa mani. I'm so happy and I'm so admire the Swindona Yam Tana Topa Kanoma from Sea on so Mangalama from Gumani, Ronana, Asiki, Kanosida, Kogi, Sumu function say, Kogi, Atof Topa, Kanoma Singi, Kanotaso, Aquina, how do you want to Punchilaga, Kogi, son of Yosi, for Padayamina, as a work Sakti Pangalama Pinagania, etc.
MPCC Secretary S. Prashojit at the event expressed hope that Gyanendro will help in promoting hockey players in Thongju area with the help from the center and state government.
Akhoi Kendrada Kogi Queena Akhoi Liderama Koi sports hockey habsi Mana Hogdopadona कोई अंगांग मयाम सेंबिग्रे अदो हौजिकना हारिबा कोई कका गारिंद्रोना इंडिया की ओइना कोई प्रेसिडेंट ओइरकपसिदा अखोइगी केंद्र सिगी क्लब मयामना हराव मंदना अखोइगी अपुन सक्तम अमु उच्ची हाइदना क्लब लाइबा क्लब पुमनमक हौरगा माबो अखोइ रिसेप्शन प्रोग्राम सिंजबनी.
Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. PM Modi to chair all-party meeting to discuss coronavirus situation. JN Manipur Dance Academy decide to stay away from MUC activities. Moirang Kendra Progressive Front irks by selling off 114 market stalls. And Sri Lanka coronavirus prison riot leaves 8 dead, over 50 wounded. That's all we have in this bulletin. Keep watching Times of Manipur News.